of what we did. And then this is specific, this is our fire zone stuff, and I'm just going to go through a couple of games here, and I took and marked this up a little bit this afternoon. And what fire zone gives you is a way to blitz that's very safe. Okay, without playing man coverage, you're going to play your corners in a 3 deep. There's different ways you can play the corners where you can match up a little bit better with those wide receivers or be more mannish with them. We used to do what we call a alert technique where they would read the 3-step. But what this is we are going to match those patterns of those inside guys. And like I said last time, this is something we could possibly do on first down if formation allows us to do that. This is also what we use on 3rd and long to blitz, because what we're giving up is a hitch or an out here to number 1. And on 3rd and 10, it doesn't matter. We're going to hopefully go, they're going to throw a hitch, and we're going to go make an open field tackle, and we're just going to be 4th down. So that's when we use 3-fire. But this is an easy way to run blitzes. There are run blitzes out of this and pass blitzes out of it, the ones we showed last night, and I think the ones you're going to get in this game are very, very simple. And right here, if you can see, this is Ram, that's our base, and this is Blast. Okay? What Blast is, for us, a B stunt tells our inside linebackers they're going to run a stunt. If we say blast, that's blast on both sides. If we put a directional call on it, field blast, boundary blast, open blast, strong blast, then they'll come from one side. But this is blast. So both of these linebackers here, this is our backer and our Sam. They're gonna run blast. They're gonna go in the B gap, and then we're gonna play cover 3 around it, and then we're gonna match up with these inside patterns. Okay. So we'll watch this first one here, and then watch the end zone. I don't have a mouse, and I'm basically helpless. If you have a mouse, then you should bring it, and then we'll be good to go. Okay? This is why it's called pattern matching. Okay, if you do have a mouse, that would help me out. I'm pretty helpless without a mouse. Okay, because here, this guy here now, this guy's pushed deep. He can match with this pattern. He's matched there. We've had a 3-2 exchange here. So this guy who is outside is going to match with that pattern. He's going to match there. He's on the outside guy. And our free is, he's in Salskita. He's 100 miles deep here. He's out of the picture. Okay? And this is what we're looking to do. So what we tell our guys when you want to understand this is we want to be close to it. So pattern matching is different than our zone. If we do a zone, we are pure zone. We're going to drop to spots. We're going to break on the ball. We spent less and less time on that this year and more time with our pattern match and man stuff. And as a result, okay, fantastic. We were not as good in zone. Okay? So what we're trying to do here is we're going to match them. We want to take away the easy throws. So if we're close to him, he can't make that easy throw. You see the offense, they always think we are going to take what they give us. What we're giving them doesn't hurt us. It's the longest throw. It's the outcut or the hitch here to number 1. It travels longer. We have longer time to see it. We can go make a secure tackle. Okay? What this does, this allows the blitz time to do its work. This allows the blitz time to do its work. We're blitzing 5 guys. We're really good. It's hard to make 5 successful blocks. Okay, but there's a real nice picture there of why it's called pattern matching. We're matching those patterns. Okay, we spy the nose here. When we send our people, we have a lot of times when we run this stunt, we will have our nose spy. We've sent 5 guys. Our nose will engage, and then he will pull out of the rush. He'll watch the quarterback. When the quarterback pulls it up, then he's going to go get in front of him. We had a big Polish kid who's played for us the last, how dang is it, 4 years now, and he is as good at this as anybody, although this kid here is a kid who really is a defensive end. At this point in the season, our top 3 nose men were out. And we're playing with about 105 kilo defensive end in there at nose, but he does a really nice job make this play. Okay, here's a picture of the blast from the end zone copy. All right. Going to watch here, Jakob here, I think does a really nice job on this guy. Swats the guy's hands down, and we're making 5 guys make good blocks. The same there, Sori does the same thing. We're getting pressure, he's flushed, and then here should be our nose, who is our spot. Okay? Very, very simple stunt. Defensive ends in the C gap, linebackers in the B gap, nose in the A gap. Nose can spy the quarterback. Okay. Okay, now this is something we do quite a bit, and we do a crappy job of it here. We do a crappy job of it here. This is the amoeba thing that everybody does. We call this Panther. And we're going to stand everybody up. We're going to stand everybody up. We're going to wiggle around. Like I said, this is a pretty bad example of it here. And then we're just going to run that stunt. So we've got Buck here. Buck is the opposite of blast. Buck, those linebackers are down the C gap. The defensive ends are going to pinch into the B gap. And to me, that's a tough stunt. When we have a strong, agile defensive end, big guy who can pinch, who can beat that offensive tackle inside, we think that's a really hard stunt on people. And our defensive ends, we've had some who are just really, really good at it. Okay? So what you're going to see here from the end zone copy, you're going to see the linebackers now, instead of going inside, the linebackers are going to come from the outside. Okay, there are 2 back here that helps us. And here's our match. Okay, so now our whip here, he is not going to chase this guy. This is not cover 1. In fact, now the way we play cover 1, we wouldn't chase him anyway. So he's going to make an undercall. When he's going to make an undercall, this guy's going to switch off. This is Kareem who was coaching coaching the linebackers tonight. Okay, and he's going to come off there. And he's going to match with that. He's deep here. He's got nothing that would help him in the picture. Here is our seam guy. And there's our 3 guys, our 3 secondary guys rotating back in the secondary. Okay? And nice break. Okay, there's a good picture of the Panther. There's our nose. There we go. Really nice break by Tissy. Tissy had a really nice year for us. It's a dual guy. His family's from Hamlin, so his family's, Lower Saxon people. All right, oops, what was that one? Okay, so here's Blast again. And we get a run. Okay, they're in 21 personnel. This may have been part of our check. Like we told you last night, we have a thing that we call ram check. Sometimes if they're in 21 personnel, if they like ISO, well, if a linebacker reads ISO, he's going to run into that B gap and meet that back. So if they have a tendency to run it as part of our check, we can take that read away and just run a blitz into it. Okay? So they're 21 personnel. We're going to run our blast. Those guys will go. We're going to let our Mike here stay deeper, so he can read. All those gaps should be full. Our mic should be a free run. Again, very simple stunt, but real effective against the run. Okay, so blast good versus ISO. I think we get ISO here. We do indeed. Boom, he meets the ISO. Really nice fill there by Kareem. Get a nice picture of it here. From the end zone copy. So again, these guys are going to go B gap. If I'm reading B gap and I am somebody's killing you, I don't know, you guys may get more 21 personnel than we do. I want to meet that fullback. We tell our guys to hit him head on, free our outside arm, and then if that guy's way bigger than us, we cut his outside Our first year here, that was a big deal. Dresden had a really big fullback. 83 here, Schroeder was just learning his trade. He was getting blown out on every ISO, and then we had him cut that outside leg, and it was the end of ISO. Doesn't hurt the guy, and it just makes a big wad of bodies. Against the run, we have what we call the asshole theory. Okay? What we say is, if there is an ass in the hole, there is no hole. His ass, your ass, doesn't really matter. All we want to do if they run that ball inside is stack that thing up. Try not to run around blocks inside there. Here comes the ice. Good fill. Really nice job. Good finish. Okay, we get another run here. This time out of, looks like they're an ace. So we're going to get blast again. We're 3 fire again. No real disguise. It might look like cover 1 a little bit. He's a little bit closer here. We beat a guy. I don't know what they thought they were getting out of this play. They would kind of hold on to the ball there and wait for us to come tackle them. I kind of wish they would have run it more. Yeah, they ran the first game too, and I still haven't figured out. We must have got 4 or 5 tackles for loss every time they ran it. It was some kind of read thing, and I don't know what he was trying to read. Okay, Saber. Saber now is our beast, and for those were the stunts for our linebackers. Saber now, this is an outside linebacker stunt. Our outside linebackers are to the boundary, our whip, to the field, our spur, and collectively they are the spurs. So when they run a stunt, we have a stunt that's a spur stunt. It is Saber, it is sword, it is switch, it is storm. It's something that starts with an S. Okay, good completion here. And I think what we do here, I think we're going to get a China. So we're going to get a mesh route here. We're going to get 2 short crossers. What we would like our linebackers to do on this, and we have to go back and drill this, and this is tough. This is one of the things that beats this pattern, is 2 guys cross, we have to switch. We have to switch, and it's hard. You have to drill it. So I think that's what's coming. If not, I'm going to be embarrassed. Okay, yeah, so we pick each other here, and this is one of those routes, like I said, you just have to rep this in practice, or you're not going to get it. We would like to do that. Okay, so we would like for him to come off and take him, them to see that, in and in, switch, switch, switch. We don't get it, and we pick ourselves. Boom, get a catch, and then we miss a tackle. This is 3rd and 9. I think we're going to get them here. Again, this is an area when we would be calling these for the pass, and Simon here, who had a really good year for us, just comes up and kind of just jumps at him in the open field. We're a pretty good tackling team, and he would have about one of those a year. Okay, so again, here is the stunt. Saber is like Buck. It is a pinch for the ends, and we bring those outside guys. Boop. Ooh, good tackle by the ref. Alrighty, so we have blast again. They're in 21 personnel. We're probably going to get a play action pass here, since I can see by punching all this stuff in here in huddle. And again, what this does by punching all this stuff in, if you guys use this lets me at the end of the season, I go back, first thing I do is I make a 1 cut up that's every snap of defense. And then I can watch, you go to coverage, and you click on analyze, and I hit cover 2. I watch every cover 2. You can watch every 3 fire. So this is a small example. I just go to this game, I bring up our 3 fire and our 3 smoke, and then we get to see that. 3 smoke is basically the same thing as 3 fire. How we handle trips is different. Okay, how we handle trips is different in smoke and fire. That's the only difference. All right, we got blast again.
They're throwing the thing. So again, there's a picture. He's in here. He's in here. Get a three-man route. He's deep, and he's going to match up with that. All right. Picture of the blast. Okay, Saber here. They gave us here what we call crunch. Bunches when there's 3 of them. Crunches when there's 2 here. And we're just going to keep in what we are. And they're going to get a short gain here. And this is a nice, actually, little matchup with here. Because these guys here are, well, now these guys here, they're going to match that route. They're going to match that route. And we're still going to bring these outside linebackers. We're going to get, I was thinking ahead, there is a snap and hell, it might be the next play, where we run blast against this same set with the same coverage. So here's Saber, should be coming from the outside. Got pinches, they run the football, good pinch. What we tell our guys here, and you may get a good picture of it here on the thing, is when we pinch with our defensive linemen, we're not huge on being step people. Take this step, take that step. We don't want them to be robots. But this is one thing where we're really strict. We want, if we run a pinch, we want that defensive lineman to gain ground with that first step. To get his weight on his outside foot, gain ground, step at a 45-degree angle, and gain ground on that first step. How many times have you had a guy where he goes, oh, I was 1 step away? We have a lot of guys, their weight will be wrong. They'll back step, step again. They've taken 2 steps and gone nowhere. So what we want to gain ground. When I stunt, gain ground with the first step. Gain ground with the first step. Our second step we call the big rip. So I want to rip, get underneath that guy's shoulder pads and get upfield. And that will stop us sometimes from getting washed. When you pinch, a lot of times when they just down block you, they just make a wad of bodies. We call that getting washed down. So if I will make that first step hard, second step I rip and get my shoulders back square, it's harder for them to wash me and just block me down. Okay? And I think you get a good picture of that here on this, on the end zone copy of this. A little high at nose, a little light at nose, but Mark did a nice job for us. So he'll be playing for Hildesheim this year. Wants to play end. No. Little high there. Okay. Could be a little bit lower, but pretty good pinches. Okay. Now we got blast. We get a completion here, and this route is just this is a good matchup on this, okay? Because we are 3 deep and we are 3 under, okay? These guys are going to take the flats, correct? Okay, so we got double flat routes. Now we have 2 guys coming in the middle, and I got 1 guy to take care of them. Other than these guys who are going to be over top of them, we could play this a little bit more aggressively, but we don't. So, there's our matchups. These guys now are not matched up, okay? And just like the outside guys weren't matched up, and Kareem here does the right job. You see his shoulders, he is opened up to the quarterback's intentions. Kareem is opened up there, so the quarterback is open this way. The linebacker is going to open up that same way. And good route. Not all we could do. That's a tough pattern on 3 under. That's one where the kids did probably everything pretty good, and sometimes that's just the call. Yeah, we're getting a pretty good rush there. That's the guy that's open. They do that. Next time, play man. Okay, blast 3 fire again. Another completion. Our guys, and we've got a guy jumping here, and we tell our guys not to jump when they have contain. But our D-line guys really do a good job. We have 2 D-line coaches, and they're both just outstanding. And they do a really good job, and we block a lot of passes. Even on Ehrenfeld, the guy at Swedish Hall, who's so tall, we've consistently blocked, I think, at least 3 passes every game on him. And our, like I said, our D-line coaches just do a damn great job. Okay, again, we see our matchups here. What's the one we're giving him? It's this, okay? Because this guy is a deep guy. He is now on his way down, right? He has seen the throw. He's going to come down now. When I'm in 3 fire.
You can't see your point.
What's that? Oh, can you see it here? Yeah. All righty, yeah. I'm pointing with my finger. Now this guy here, he's on his way down. Okay? So he's on his way down. What we want to tell that guy is he has got to collide with that guy. I have got to collide. This is where you get your double moves. So I've got to hit that guy no matter what. I've got to hit that outside shoulder. I've either got to tackle him, I've got to strip or break up that pass, or I've got to collide with him and then turn and run with him if it's a double move. I've got to hit him. I've got to hit him. That's when you get touchdowns on him. Okay? Like I said, we have overplayed this and played it mannish before, and then we just go away from it because we don't want to get beat for a touchdown. We'll line up, like I said, we'll line up last night, and we'll go again, and we'll start the chess match, but 1st and 10 all over. Good tackle. All right. Good break on the football. Good finish. Here come our guys. There we go. Everybody now knows what blast is. Pretty easy. I may have to go and show you some different stunts here. All right. Here is Buck again. We're in 3 fire. Okay. So now here are our 2 guys. They're going to run Buck. Here's our whip. He's going to be here in this picture because it's 3 fire. There's our spur. There's our corner. And our Mike now, he's a non-blitzing linebacker. We've got Trips. Our non-blitzing linebacker in 3 fire is our guy, is our hole player. That means he is near number 3. So you have seam players. Your seam players read number 2. Okay? They're going to play seam. They're going to post those guys. If those guys go out and run a flat pattern, they're going to hang with them there. We didn't do that till this year. We changed that this year. We're just getting more out with it. Okay? The whole guy, he's got to read number 3, get near number 3. 3 widens. He widens with number 3 until they cross. All right, gonna run again. Pinches. Whoop. Good fill. Good play. Nice play by the Knights. All right. Buck. 2nd and 13. Good time to run this. This is what we're talking about. So, I talked about last night, right? They probably ran the ball to get a -3, right? 2nd down, I think they're passing. We either defend or we blitz. This game, we decided we wanted to blitz them. And we had 28 snaps of 3 fire, which was probably the tops of any we had during the in the year. There comes our Buck, run a screen. Really nice tackle by the guy who missed a tackle to give him a 1st down before. Really nice tackle. You guys that did Shadow Man, this is exactly what we did. This is exactly a nice picture of that. Boom, there's in the legs, and he rolls it. That's exactly that Shadow Man drill that you saw today. And we do that every week. Our guys don't like it. We do it preseason camp. Week before the German Bowl, we're tackling those dummies. We are tackling those dummies. What Shadow Man gives you, if you want to buy one of those, is there are 4 parts to a tackle. We say it's approach, collision, envelopment, and finish. In practice, we get approach and about a halfway collision. We never take anybody down in our practices. We've got 2 really good running backs, and We can't be, we can't beat them up. So this gives us a chance to go through all 4 of those and actually put people on the ground and practice making a hard tackle. I don't know how much water was in those today. The more water you put in them, the harder they are. And when our guys first did them, we got those to help us in 2014 tackle Trevor D. If anybody remembers who Trevor D was, we got those. The very first game we played them that year, we tackled the hell out of him. We got him in the legs, got him down. So you can afford one of those or one like them. I've seen people make homemade ones, and that's a good way to get your tackling in, to actually get them down on the ground and teach your body to do that. What you're doing with your practices is getting their bodies used to doing that. It's like the old, and not the new version, but the old version of Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. You get that body doing that, and then the body's going to repeat. And what I tell a guy, one of the worst things where I really bitch at guys is, we're practicing, stand up for me, and we have Skelly, and I go out here and I do that. I'm a DB, I go and I stick my arm out during Skelly. I have just practiced missing a tackle. I have just practiced missing a tackle. So, go ahead. Have a seat. What I tell our guys to do during Skelly, when we first put this defense in, we met with West Virginia. And one of the things that their coaches told me, he goes, our best tackling period is Skelly. Our best tackling period is Skelly. So when we have Skelly, we have passes from, our guys are going to go, they're going to chest that guy up, throw their chin up, and even if we don't hit them, we're like this. I'm going to go get my body the right way. I don't want to go and just stick an arm out, because that's practicing missing a tackle. So anytime we can practice some form or one of the parts of the 4 parts of a tackle, we're going to do it. All right, blast through fire. We're going to get another run here for -4. And we may skip to another game. I'm getting bored with this. We're tricking them here a little bit. Carson's not here, is he? Carson done? Good. All righty. So here we are against a different team. This is Kiel. This is our second out of our 3rd games with Kiel. Comanche time. We've just had a turnover. We have just had a turnover. This is another thing we do. When a team gets a turnover on us, our defense celebrates and runs out there. Okay? Our defense celebrates, runs out there, and gets excited. We tell them it's like an adventure movie. Okay? In an adventure movie, it's not about when things are going right? Anybody can be a hero then. Okay, we got them outnumbered. You're always outnumbered. You're always in a bad spot. So when we're in a bad spot, that's when we tell our guys, we want to play our best football. We want to play our best football. So normally after a turnover, we're going to go out. We're probably going to blitz them on that first snap. We're going to try to turn momentum back in our favor. And this is what we call our Comanche time. So we're here. It's 1st and 10. We've just had a turnover. And we run good old buck 3 fire, and they go empty. Okay? Okay, now, look at all that stuff. Okay, what we've done here is we have checked back to ran cover 3. Okay? And we don't do this. If you watch the last game, they went empty and we ran those stunts. This game, for whatever patterns they run, or for whatever reason, as part of our game plan, we did not run our fire zones. We decided, okay, if we get that, we're just going to run ram cover 3, and now we're going to drop 8 people. So even though fire zones are called, we check out of it here. Like I said, we don't always do that. In this game, we did. Okay? So we're going to vary this from game to game. We will vary how we handle empty. We will vary how we handle trips from game to game. And we get a sack anyway. Good spy. Okay, pop a run on us here. Here we go, Saber. 2nd and 10. Saber 3 fire. Okay. This was just a call. This was not part of a check. This is what we're in here. We may turn this into buck. So we give these guys the option here. So if these guys have to go out, okay, if these guys have to match out when we have two stand-up receivers, we have multiple stand-ups to our side. If this guy thinks that that linebacker can cover him in the seam, he will run that stunt. If he does not, he will check buck. Okay, everybody knows what buck is now, right? Buck's the outside linebacker going. The defensive end still pinch. Nobody changes. We just check buck. And I think what we're going to get here, I think this guy we've got with here, I think he's going to check buck. We're going to pinch, pinch, pinch. I think he's going to run the stunt, and that linebacker there is close enough to handle that guy in the seam. Okay, he's close enough to handle that guy in the seam, so I think we're going to get buck checked here to the field, and our whip's going to go ahead and run that saber. If I know Emmett. Yep. Getting his blitz attitude going. And he got walled in. Ah, damn, we missed a tackle. Reaching and diving. Is that Simon again? Yep, gets one a game. Okay. Didn't miss very many tackles. That's the first one I noticed. And this is my note to our guys, okay? So this is, again, I don't make tons of comments on this. I think if you make 5 or 6 every play, they're not going to read that. We're happy when they watch it. So we usually make 1 or 2 notes a play. And this was them just letting know we're going to work some kind of tackling drill every practice. So he's going to get walled in here. Kind of cracked in by this guy. He's got him. And we got a guy. Diving. Saber 3 fire. Again. Okay. Going to have a check and a possible all the way check to a mic or don't run the stunt. I don't really remember what we did this game. We vary that. So we may get no stunt here at all, but the whip will be coming. It's my note to our guys. Yeah. And again, that's what we're giving them. That's the flat. The flat to number 1. So what I'd like to have gotten here, because we had trips, we had check buck, he didn't run buck, and then we had it, another way we had it in the German ball was check all the way to Mike. He's going to pinch, and then the Mike is going to scrape around him, and then the Mike will be our contained guy. I like the little quarterback they had. Thought he did a nice job. Okay. So now we're running a slice. So again, in our call system, like we said, if we call slice, we're running on both sides. Now we have a field slice. Our spur is our field player. That means our spur is going to run the slice. We have 3 fog here. That's a form of 3 fire. It's just another 3 fire. And it means no matter what, our safety is going to be the seam player, and he's going to replace the spur. So the spur here, He's going to run slice. He's going to be a C-gap player. He's going to be a B-gap player. This guy here is going to loop all the way out and be a D-gap player. When we put this in, we asked West Virginia. There was a lot of 21 personnel at that time. We picked this up in 2006, got 10 years. And they said it was the best thing they did. They have a tight end. That guy would actually cross, our spur would cross the tight end's face. And what slice is, what we call that's a side closer. It is a side closer. We're going to pinch that in really hard, even harder than he does in like Saber. He's going to go flat all the way down for that guard's hip. This guy's going to come, he's going to scrape, and our mic should be unblocked. So what we call a side closer, that side should be closed. That ball should have to bounce out if they run the football. They see this coming. If they're smart, they're going to check and run to the backside, which they do. And so what we tell this defensive end, the one who I was about to point to with my damn finger again, what we're going to tell this defensive end here is be sure you get outside. You be sure you get outside, because if they come back your way, all that other stuff is going to come and be able to run it down if you'll turn it back in. Okay? And this is a pretty powerful stuff. So there's slice. So again, like I said, if something's coming this way, that side's closed. He's actually our force guy out here. And our defensive end here does a really good job here taking on these blocks and gets a really nice shot here on this back. Boom. Very, very, very emotional kid. Love him. Just great guy. A great guy. And just had a tough year. He had a tough year. He got ejected, did not play, got a targeting, did not play in the Euro Bowl final, and then tore a bicep and didn't get to play in the German Bowl. So he played almost every game for us except for the two finals. Great kid, and we're excited about having him back. Good picture of the stunt. Comes everybody flat. Good finish. Oops. There's a mouse. All right, field slice again. All right, I run one and it works. Run it again. Now, they have good coaches. They got my ass here. Okay, they have me here. I am right now on this play. I'm out coached and I'm saved by my players. Okay, what they're going to do a speed option here backside, and we're outnumbered. We are outnumbered, and we just happen to make a good play and they make a bad read. Okay, but on this play, we get a -1. Looks like a good call, but they're coaches, and I thought those guys from Kiel, I thought they were really good. I hated to see them let the defensive guy go out here. Blah blah blah, too young. Blah blah blah. I thought they did a really good job. I thought both of them were very good. And I liked having, we enjoy having guys like that who are good coaches. I think those young guys, they come, they stay current with what's happening in football, and they're good for us. Okay, this is later on in the year now. Those first games were early, so you're seeing us. We're going to do a bail technique. Our corners are walked up on those guys now. We're making it look like too high as long as we can, and then we're going to get out of it. But it's basically that same stunt. But yeah, they got 2-on-1 here, and what's happening, this guy has got the pitch, and what he's got to do right now is he's got a cross-face rip. If y'all did that cross-face rip drill today, he has to cross-face rip that blocker and get outside. And this guy weighs about 140 kilos, and he weighs about 80. Bumped, and he's blocked. Okay? And this is what I told our kids. When I'm bad, I tell our guys that. You know, when we're do this at a high level. When I'm not operating well, I tell our players. We talked last night. I said I was getting out coached by and Euro Bowl half final. I go in halftime. I said, man, we had a bad half. We were nervous. We were missing tackles. I go, I had a bad half. And sometimes you have to do that. Don't blame it on them. I see a lot of guys, and these reports, everybody makes these reports, talks about their guys. Oh, we missed, we dropped passes, we did this, we did that. I think the most you'll ever hear us say is, well, we didn't make enough plays. And we don't throw our guys under the bus. And, and I think our guys appreciate that. Going into the German Bowl, what I tell our guys is, your mistakes are mine. What a great kid. What a great kid. Here comes the slice. It ain't going to get there. He should have pitched it. Okay, now they do it again and they get me even more. Now they get me and they get me even more. Okay? And then this is the one here you're going to see Simon again, our backside linebacker here. He is not going to cross face rip. And him not cross face ripping, they put formation here. At least the back is set into the boundary, and now we're outnumbered again.
Sorry, Coach. Do you recognize that on the field, or do you recognize that on tape?
At this point right now in the game, I'm talking to our guy on the headsets. I go, yeah, I recognize it right now.
Well, you have someone in the booth.
Yeah, we have somebody in the booth. But I don't know if you see, here's my little white head right here. And right now you may see my hands do something because I know we're screwed and I know they got me. Okay? It's like we said, when you take something away, you have to give something up. So we're here, we're taking something away, we're giving something up here. If our linebacker will cross face rip and get out there, we'll be okay. And it's a 6-yard gain. But it's a 6-yard gain on 3rd and 3. I should have called something else. I'd run this thing twice. What we got? 2 minus yards with it? I'm running again. But right here, I knew they had me. And it was the last time this gets called in the game. Like I said, they have good coaches. See him go inside that block? Okay. The backer's got a cross face rips. We're in much better shape. And this far set gets us outnumbered on this stunt and coverage. So they had us outnumbered in what I talked about being like war. They had the more people on there, and they had the angles. They had both of those on us into the boundary. But Simon takes what we call the easy way. We do a drill all the time where we say you got to cross. Anybody who down blocks on you, you have to cross face rip. That means I cross his face and rip here to the outside. Okay? There's our little backer there. He runs underneath it, and you got no chance. At least not to make it for less than 3. Okay, here's a stunt that I really like. And this is a really good run stunt here. Okay? This is a 3rd and 5. Simon does really good with this because he's a smaller guy. Okay, again, our call system. This is Fox. This is boundary Fox. Fox is a flow stunt. Okay? What we're going to do here is our backer is going to walk up and he's going to show blast and he's going to go into the A gap. If that guard pulls, if you play somebody that runs power, this is a really, really good stunt for power. Because if that guard pulls, he's either going to reroute that or he's going to skin off that guard's ass. You know what I mean? As that guard pulls, he's just going to skin off his ass right there into that play. Okay? This is really good for power. And now the nose is going to go into that other A gap, and the mic is going to fill in both B gaps. I really like this. Run this quite a bit. We run this quite a bit. Mike's like it. Lets them free up. So right now this is going to be our B-gap guy. He's in a normal read. He's just faking this stunt. And then he's going to come out and he's going to be in a read. Okay? Now he's out. He's playing base. There's our stunt. Boom. Mike flows into the other B-gap. That and Saber, if I'm playing somebody that runs power, runs 2 back, I like both those stunts. 3rd and 5, they get a 3-yard gain.
Okay, so you see what I mean? He's going to help him. We get flow here. He's B gap. He's B gap. We're doubled up there. He comes back here to this side. He is the only guy in that B gap. So we'll tell our Mike to cheat to that side some when we run that stunt.
All right, field slice again. Get a pass on it. And what happens here, our Sam here, he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. So our Sam doesn't do what he's supposed to do. Our Sam is supposed to be out here into the D gap, and God love our Sam. Sometimes he does this. Okay, so I think he's going to show up here in this gap. These guys are going to come down. He's supposed to be out here in the D gap. We get a flow pass or anything, he's our force guy, our contain guy, and he doesn't do it. God damn it. Okay, so that's to him. Okay, so you got to wrap outside here, and it's a sack, or at least he's got to throw it away. So we obviously make mistakes too. Paya. Good shot. Tissy played really well for us. So I coached this guy. That mistake's mine. Yeah, I mean, he came on, but he's got to go now. On flow, he's got to go. All right, we got a boundary fox here again. Again, like I said, I like this stunt. And our backer here is little, and sometimes that helps us. Sometimes that helps us. It's easy for him to get skinny and to get into that A gap. Like that. Okay. Now he's got that guy beat. So a little skinny guy, boom, he's underneath those shoulder pads. He's got an arm bar going on that guy. This guy's big as hell. He's underneath it. He's lower than him. Any of those stuff we take on blocks, we want to be under those pads. He's under that guy's pads, and he's going to come help make this play. Boom. Great stunt. Good finish. Okay. Very solid up front. That guy's a lot bigger than him. He's lower than him. Boom, boom. Okay, we get a completion here. It's 3rd and 9. Now here's what we're talking about, and my time's about up. I'm going to end on this one and take some questions here. This is one of my favorites, and I like this when the ball is on the hash. This is the one people in America call this NCAA. Everybody in college football runs this stuff. This is field cat to us. B's are the linebackers. S's are the Spurs. When it's an animal, then it's usually the Mike and one of the other linebackers. We have dog, we have cat, we have fox. Okay. Here's cat. Our defensive end here is going to what they call a long stick. He's going to stick all the way into the A gap. Sam is going to come, and he's going to be our C gap player. The Mike is going to come for the B gap. But what we tell our Mikes, he's going to make the Sam right. The Sam is very aggressive. If he's outside, the Mike will come up inside. If the Sam is lost contained, the Mike will scrape all the way to the C gap and get contained. We let our Sam go. We tell our Mike to make the Sam right. In other words, whatever But Sam does, you do the other thing and you cover up for him. Okay? Now, as again we talked about our coverage, this is when we like our fire zones. I run cat if I think they're going to sprint out. It's a really good sprint out package because our Sam is coming to contain and we're wrapping our Mike linebacker as well. Okay? But again, and now it is 3rd and 9. We're going to play 3 fire and we're going to give them the short pass. We're going to give them the short pass. If this is 3rd and 3, I wouldn't run this. Because the short pass gets them that first down. Again, what are you trying to do defensively? Stopping them, trying to stop them from getting 10 yards. What happens, and if you want to try this, like I said, I really recommend it, is usually both the tackle and the guard will stick a lot of times, unless they've scouted you real, both the tackle and the guard will stick on that long stick end. They'll both block him. Here we come. Okay, we're smoke. Version of fire. We're matched up. Get a short pass. It's 4th down. Okay, see the stun again from the outside. There comes the Mike into the B gap. Sam, both of them kind of unblocked. Through the quick hitch. It's 4th down. Okay, see this from the end zone. Get a good picture of our long stick here from our end. All the way into the A gap. Come back a tackle. Finish. 4th down. Okay, more boundary foxes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 3 fire, I like it. Like I said, all smoke is like fire. We handle trips differently. Trips is handled out of the secondary. Used to, I would go into a game and I'd say, okay, we're either going to be smoke or we're going to be fire. I don't want to get, have our guys get confused, and people are too good for that. When we're too smoke, we're smoke almost every time. A couple of years ago, Dresden came, picked it apart, had to do something different. And again, there was another place, game we were behind, made a halftime adjustment, and came out and were able to win this football game. But if you don't do this, there is plenty of stuff on the internet, and you can probably look it up under fire zones. I think it's a great way to blitz. It's easy. You play cover 3. You're behind it. Your other guys, again, we just tell them, get close to people. Get close to people. And again, when they cross, we want to be able to what we say is we're going to match up with those 2 and 3, and it's after pattern distribution. So at the end of the pattern, we want to be, I'm on the guy who's the new number 3. I'm on the guy who's the new number 2. So after they cross, and we'll let them cross and then pick them up from there. And like I said, I really like this. It's something we obviously do a lot and have had a great deal of success with. Okay, thank you very much.